Today, I want to show how you can make this Ferrero Rocher chocolate tree. These are very easy to build and make a great centerpiece. Here's what you'll need to get started. Find a container that's roughly 6 inches tall and 6 inches wide at its largest diameter. Get a 3/4 inch wooden rod that's at least 18 inches long and a 6-inch styrofoam ball. A small bag of ready-to-use concrete mix, paint to decorate the rod, a water-based craft sealer like this Mod Podge, brushes to spread the paint and glue, gold tissue paper, the kind used in gift wrap, a box of round toothpicks, and best of all, the Ferrero Rocher chocolates. You'll need about 100, but be sure to get extra because some always end up missing. To begin building the tree, mark and cut the wooden rod at 18 inches. Both ends are hidden, so don't worry if the cut isn't perfect. Using a standard size rod, you'll end up with 2 matching pieces. Next, begin to paint the rod, or the tree's trunk. For the base coat, I recommend gold metallic paint. Notice that about 2 or 3 inches on each end doesn't need to be painted and can be used for support. Once the base coat dries, sponge on dark brown paint to add contrast and create depth. Together, all these colors work well to complement the chocolate's packaging. If you have a 1/2-inch drill bit, use it, but otherwise use a kitchen knife to carve a 1/2-inch round hole in the styrofoam. Make the hole 3 inches deep and use the leftover rod to finish out the hole. Using the natural folds in the tissue paper, find the intersection nearest the center of the sheet. Refold the sheet and use a pin and piece of string to mark a 9.5-inch arc on the paper. Cut the folded paper on this line, and when unfolded, the 9.5-inch radius will reveal a 19-inch circular sheet of paper, the perfect size to wrap the 6-inch ball. Next, cut 8 slits into the circle. Make the cuts halfway to the center of the circle and equally spaced. Place the styrofoam ball on the center of the circle with the hole facing up. Use a brush to spread the glue onto the section of the tissue paper. Carefully wrap the paper onto the sphere while forming the end of the section into the hole of the sphere. Working on opposite sides, continue to glue and wrap the sections towards the hole. Try to keep the sections as flat and tight as possible on the sphere, only compressing the paper together as it gets closer to the opening. Tuck the very end of the section into the hole as you finish each piece. Continue working around the ball on opposite sides as much as possible. The last sections will overlap the earlier pieces, resulting in a well-blended pattern. I time compressed this whole sequence so you could get an idea of exactly what's involved in putting the whole piece together. Although this scene is playing back very fast, it's the same technique over and over. It isn't difficult to do and doesn't take very long. In fact, this whole scene took about 5 minutes to shoot. And don't forget, a moist paper towel works well to remove any unwanted glue. When all the sections have been completed, reinsert the rod into the opening to reshape the hole and to secure the ends. From here, just add a coat of sealer to the entire exterior of the sphere. It dries completely clear and it keeps everything together and strengthens the paper. While it dries, you can continue working on the base of the tree. Once the paint on the rod is dry, attach a piece of string with a tack or a hook. If the container has a hole in the bottom, just cover it with a piece of tape. We'll use this inexpensive concrete to fill the base. Pour the dry mix into a bucket and slowly add water while mixing. Add more water and mix until everything is thoroughly blended together, but be careful not to add too much water. Check the directions for the recommended amount. A good blend has the consistency of thick oatmeal. When it's ready, fill the vase with the cement. Although the mixture looks lumpy here, it's actually quite moist. Smooth the concrete and insert the rod into the center of the vase, pushing it all the way to the bottom. Continue to smooth the surface, but don't tell my wife I used her kitchen tools to do this. Once everything's in place, it needs time to dry. To keep the rod straight, use the string to hold it in place. Just attach it to a table and position the vase so everything's aligned while it dries. With the ball on top of the completed base, begin placing the chocolates. Just push a toothpick into a chocolate, and by putting force on the toothpick and not the chocolate, push it into the styrofoam. Repeat this in a mohawk shape across the sphere. For the next row, offset the alignment and complete the row. Repeat this pattern for the remainder of the sphere until both sides are fully populated. Just add a decorative bow and you're finished. An amazingly awesome and delicious centerpiece ready for your big event. I hope you found the video helpful. Thanks for watching.